Hey, I'm Eleanor and welcome to Pink Pearl Tarot. Today I'm doing a really fun VR to Lisa and Peggy Papez and their hashtag 25 more wacky questions. I don't know what the first 25 are. I imagine they're pretty funny and I'll look those up too. It's an older video though. This is kind of the more current hashtag going around. So I want to get in front of the camera more. I need a break from readings and I just want y'all to get to know me, like maybe it would help you connect to my readings more or help me connect as a reader more to build rapport. So here we go. Number one is a fun fact that few people know about me. So my friends and family, they know everything, but now TarotTube might not know that I used to be a second degree black belt. This is a picture of me from 2004, that's 20 years ago. So I used to be a black belt. I co-ran my own school with a partner for a little while. I co-ran the after school kids program with my contemporaries at the time. And I taught a cardio kickboxing class as well for my teacher. And I've also taken pole dance and aerial silks briefly. That was a little bit more difficult. I have been a belly dancer and I've publicly performed just a little bit. And then I had developed my own belly dance fitness class. And that is all after getting a D in PE in high school. So question number 2, what would I do first if I were invisible for a day? So I'm so unfun. I would slather on makeup and make sure you could see me and go to work. That's just who I am. I am a show up, hell or high water kind of person. I have gone to work after finding out that there was ankle deep water in my basement. I didn't even clock in late. I don't know. I'm the worst. Now, if I were smart, I would take in PTO and go in and hear what people are saying about me behind my back, but I don't want to be that person. I don't want to care so much about that. So as a parent, though, I would probably listen just a little bit to what my son and his friends are saying. Not enough to be invasive or to hear things I shouldn't hear, but just to make sure, what good parent doesn't want to know what their kid's up to a degree. So, number 3, am I secretly a superhero or a supervillain? I think probably a villain, probably a supervillain, and I imagine it's not really a secret. So I'm sorry you have to hear this, Mom, but like from an early age, like around 4, 5, 6 years old, I felt pushed by elders and teachers, Catholic school teachers and preachers, to be a self-abdicating person. And what I learned was that I would have to prioritize myself because the world wasn't going to. That in order to get my needs met, I would have to put myself first. So it backfired. Sorry, guys. So yeah, my world revolves around me. Now I recognize that the world doesn't revolve around me, but mine does. And I know like everyone's world revolves around them. Any point on a sphere is the center. So I mean, I feel like that's what it means to have a functioning ego. So it means that like, if it meant that I would go without, I don't give. If it meant that it would compromise my idea of security, I don't put myself out there. Now any truly selfish person should recognize that taking care of your community and your environment does take care of you and is the selfish thing. But hey. So number 4, a skill that I would use to survive the zombie apocalypse. I don't have any really specialized skills. I have a strong body and a strong work ethic. So I guess carrying things, lifting things, the grunt work, the ditch digging. I am interested in learning how to cook with foraged ingredients. Like I've just looked up a bunch of recipes for like redbud jelly and that kind of thing. The thing is though, I'm not really a good cook with normal ingredients, so that could be ill-conceived. But hey, it's fun to think about. Number 5, what would I want to be in my next life? I get this is supposed to be fun, but this question so terrifies me because obviously, oh sure, I want to have more money, more time, more beauty, and more intelligence. But other than that, I really like this life. And I know that trading my problems would just be trading them for other problems, and my problems are okay. I'll take them. The only other thing would be maybe a house cat, but only if my family is super rich and gives me the best food. Or like a dog that gets carried around in the purse all day. A teacup Yorkie or whatever. So if I won the lottery, would I keep my job? No. Bye. See you, suckers. No, I can't wait to be done with this. So I'm the type of person, I will give every fiber of my being to what I do. I go all in, heart and soul, body and mind into my profession, and it becomes my identity. And that has backfired on me twice now, where I've worked my way up into leadership, and then the owners of these warehouses decide that they don't need the facility anymore. They shut it down. They give us 6 to 8 months of notice they dangle a really nice severance package for you at the end of it. And so you have to perform for months on end while everything dissolves, everything falls apart. You know there's no future. And it's like being in this limbo. And yeah, so I'm done. No more of that. Never again. I'm taking it back. Taking it all back. Number 7, a fun thing I did this week. So I just got done reading cards as entertainment for a wedding, and it was the best time. They booked me like a year in advance, and I've been so nervous every single day for almost a year, dreading this day, wondering why I said yes. I can't do this. I'm not any good. It's going to be terrible. It was the best. It was so fun. Everyone was so great, having a good time. It was light. It was not the kind of environment where you can just sit and dig in and solve all your problems. You know, there's a line, there's a dance floor waiting. People just wanted to get their light and fluffy messages and get back to the party. The mood was so high. I was in the flow. The messages were great. It was great, and it has reaffirmed that that's kind of what I would like to do. If I were to do chair professionally, I would kind of promote myself more as an event reader. Number 8. How many times do I hit the snooze button? I never hit the snooze button because the best sleep is uninterrupted. So if I can get that half hour, even that 10 minutes without a break in it, I don't want that sleep to be broken. So I will calculate the absolute last freaking second that alarm can go off, and that's when I'll set the alarm. And then I'll look at the little dreaded blue light of my phone to make sure I wake up, because I want that sleep to not be interrupted. That little 10-15 minutes you get after the alarm, it's worthless. So I read anyway. Number 9, good morning, or no talkie till coffee. I'm no talkie till lunch. I wake up at 4:30 or 5 a.m. and my boyfriend has already been up watching YouTube, and he wants to solve the world's problems. And honey, I love you so much. I know you're watching, but I'm not ready for all that for a long time. And like, I silence, birds chirping, just zen. In fact, when I do go back to work, when I start looking for a job again, I'm considering looking at second shift because it takes me so long to unfurl in the morning. Like a few weeks ago, I went on my morning walk at 7 p.m. and that was after getting up at 6 a.m. I am just that slow to get going in the morning. So number 10, my favorite thing right now. So I am brand new at learning how to make and charge and activate and use sigils. I'm very excited about my sigil making. So I had to buy myself this adorable little book. It smells like the metaphysical shop I got it at. It smells like leather. It's beautiful. I only have 4. I think I've made 4 in here, but that's my little sigil book, and I'm excited to fill it up and to have some magical times with that. Oh, and there's one more thing. So I'm in my 40s. My eyesight's going, but I'm not ready to get readers, and so I have this very cool pendant so I can read. The worst is ingredients on packaging right now. For one, when did everything become gray on white instead of black on white? But the packaging is getting smaller, and the ingredients list is getting longer, and it's impossible to read. So that little beautiful little pendant is my other favorite thing. Number 11, spider. What do you do when you see a spider? So I will look really closely and make sure it's not a brown recluse. And if it is, sorry, bro, it's the tissue for you. You broke the agreement. The rental agreement states that I don't see your ass, and sorry. Now, if it is not a brown recluse, I'll pretend like I didn't see it. If it's in my way, shoo it out. I have a great rapport with spiders. We have an understanding. They take care of business for me, and in exchange, they get to live, as long as they're not too big or horrendous. I've never had an infestation, and I credit that relationship. Number 12, what food could I eat every day for the rest of my life? So I do eat chocolate every day and intend to eat it every day for the rest of my life. But now I'm not sure if the spirit of the question means if I had to choose one thing, in which case it would be cashews, provided I could get all the different flavorings, like the chili lime and the salt and vinegar and the honey and all the stuff, because you get a full palate. But if I had to choose one food, I don't know, I'm torn between sushi and pad thai. It's a 50-50 split. I could do either or. Number 13, what music do I listen to? Okay. My Spotify playlist has 1,068 songs on it. The two bands that are actually the most represented are Gravity Kills and Beirut. I have a lot of 90s. I'm a 90s girl. But other than that, it's a range of from like Mozart and Chopin to electro swing, indie folk. I have Ramones, Cure, Rob Zombie, Metallica, Muse, Nine Inch Nails, Pussifer, Stabbing Westward, Moby, Prodigy, Beatles, ABBA, Pixies, They Might Be Giants, Killers, Cat Stevens, some ska, Me First and the Gimme Gimmes. And that's seriously not even a fraction. Number 14, do I prefer the pool or the beach? Give me a hot tub. I like the hot tub. Number 15, a life or personal goal I'm still working on. I would love to have the confidence to put myself out there and read tarot professionally, like full-time as a job, how I support myself. But as not a psychic, as someone who uses the cards as self-reflection and self-development, that's really, really hard to promote and to advertise because people like the word accurate. And the way I read doesn't lend itself to being accurate. Like I saw the face of your soulmate, or I predicted you were going to win $5 on that scratcher. It doesn't work that way, or at least I can't do it that way because I'm not a psychic. I read, what do they call it? Prescriptively, not predictively. And so because I can't say the most accurate reader out there, I just feel like I better not put myself out there at all. And so someday, hopefully, I will get over that imposter syndrome and believe in myself enough to do it. Number 16, glass half full or half empty. My question back is, of what? Both. I ride the duality. I'm a Gemini. Number 17, you farted. Do you own it, apologize, or blame the dog? I guess that's a good reason to get a dog. Number 18, you don't have a dog. Now what? So, like, hopefully it's silent and just try to get away with it. Quickly vacate the area, distract people away from it. Hopefully you get lucky. If not, I'm just I don't know. I've never done it now that I think about it, but just like, sorry. Didn't mean it. My family never made a big deal about it. We're not like big draw attention to it type people. All right, number 19. No phone for a week. How screwed am I? 100% incapacitated. So, like a social media fast, I think I could do. Like I could go without Facebook for a while. That sounds actually kind of nice, actually. But my phone, no, because it's got Life 360 on it. I always know where my son is. I don't know a single phone number. I don't know how to get a lot of places. And Google. I have to have Google because I have this thing where I will lose words, lose names. And like I know the person, I can see the face, or I know the object or the concept, but that piece of language just goes missing. And if I don't find it and replace it, it's like a song repeating in my head, or it's like carrying a weight, and it will just like an alarm going off until I can look up the word and put it back in place. So yeah, I need my Google, I need my phone. Number 20, what's my first question to friendly aliens? Can you help us because we're screwed? Number 21, describe tarot in 5 words or less to someone new to Earth. A museum of human experience. Now, people use it thousands of ways. Like, there's infinite ways of using that tool. But to describe the tool itself, I would say a museum of human experience. Number 22, the need for sleep has been cured. How do you use the extra 8 hours? So 4 of it I would use for more cleaning. I would clean better and I would do more yard work. Other than that, I would do everything I do slower. I would take breaths in between. So tired of feeling rushed. I never feel like I have enough time to do the bare minimum. And it's just constant. There's no time for everything. So I would just not feel that way anymore, or ideally, until they would either lower wages or raise prices and find ways to force that value back out of the people, because that's just what they do. Or I would have to find ways to monetize that time in order to keep up with everybody else. But for a minute, it would be nice. Number 23, text LOL, am I right? Or do I use complete sentences? It depends. I don't use it really professionally. It's mostly only my family. So I generally spell things out. but I feel like we have enough generally accepted acronyms that I could still use those even in a professional setting. Like LOL, I've probably used with an employer before. Because they're essentially their words now. Number 24, my favorite way to spend a day off. I love hiking in a state park, and it's even better if there's someone I love to go along. So number 25, say a nice thing about myself. I have great taste in friends, is all I have to say. So thank you for listening. I had a great time. I hope you did too, and I will talk to you soon. Thank you.